In a world that often feels divided, a simple truth remains: the purest connections are often found where we least expect them. Today, we're diving into a story that perfectly illustrates this. A tale of the broken souls who found hope and healing in each other's company. This is the incredible story of Lily and Beast, a journey that proves the profound power of empathy and unconditional love. The local animal shelter was a symphony of barks and yelps, a place filled with hopeful eyes and wagging tails. Families and individuals walked the aisles searching for a new furry friend. But on this particular day, a quiet determination rolled through the entrance in the form of a young girl named Lily. Pushing the wheels of her chair, she moved with a purpose that seemed to bypass all the cute, playful puppies that vied for attention. Her gaze was fixed, drawn to the very back of the shelter, to a corner often avoided. There, in a stark, isolated kennel, lay a magnificent German shepherd. His name on the kennel card was Beast, a label that seemed to fit the low growl rumbling in his chest whenever someone got too close. His story was a sad one, a tale of neglect and mistrust that had hardened him. He was deemed unadoptable, too aggressive, too dangerous. His time was running out. A date was marked on his file, a final, heartbreaking deadline. Most people hurried past Beast's enclosure, intimidated by the intensity in his eyes and the warning signs posted by the staff. But Lily wasn't most people. She stopped her wheelchair directly in front of his kennel, her small frame a stark contrast to the powerful animal within. A volunteer, seeing where she was headed, rushed over. "Honey, maybe not that one," she said gently. "He's not very friendly. We have so many other wonderful dogs who would love to meet you." Lily simply shook her head, her eyes never leaving the dog. She saw something beyond the bared teeth and the defensive posture. She saw a reflection of her own pain, a loneliness that she understood all too well. Ignoring the volunteer's well-meaning advice, she wheeled herself closer until her knees were almost touching the cold metal bars of the kennel. The shelter's noise seemed to fade into the background. It was just the two of them now. Beast tensed, a warning growl building, but Lily didn't flinch. She began to speak, her voice barely a whisper, a soft melody of sorrow that was meant only for him. "I know you're scared," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "People look at me and they just see the chair. They don't see me. I bet they just see a big, scary dog when they look at you." She told him about the accident, the day the world had tilted on its axis, the day she lost her father and the use of her legs. She spoke of the phantom pains, the physical therapy sessions that felt like climbing a mountain with no peak, and the crushing loneliness that crept in during the quiet hours of the night. She talked about feeling trapped, misunderstood, and angry at a world that had taken so much from her. Her confession was raw, a stream of consciousness filled with a vulnerability she rarely showed to anyone. As Lily spoke, a remarkable transformation began to occur inside the kennel. The growling subsided, replaced by a low, questioning whine. Beast's ears, once pinned back in aggression, softened and twitched, listening intently to the girl's gentle voice. He watched her, his intelligent eyes seeming to comprehend the depth of her words. He saw not a threat, but a kindred spirit. He lowered his head, then his powerful body, until he was lying on the concrete floor, his gaze still locked on her. He had been met not with fear, but with understanding. For the first time in a very long time, Beast felt seen. Sensing the shift, Lily slowly, cautiously extended her hand through the bars. Her fingers trembled as they neared his muzzle. There was a breathless moment of stillness. Then, instead of snapping or pulling away, Beast leaned forward and gently pressed his nose into her palm. A soft sigh escaped him. In that single, silent touch, a pact was made. A bond was forged between two souls who had been labeled as broken. It was a moment of absolute peace, a silent promise that they were no longer alone. There was no question about what would happen next. Lily's mother, who had been watching from a distance with tears in her eyes, signed the adoption papers without a moment's hesitation. The name Beast was left behind at the shelter. As they left, Lily looked at her new companion, whose dark fur seemed to absorb the shadows around them. "I'm going to call you Shadow," she whispered, "because you're going to stay by my side." Life at home was an adjustment, but a beautiful one. Shadow, free from the confines of the kennel, began to shed the layers of fear and aggression. In the safety and love of Lily's home, his true nature emerged. He was gentle, fiercely loyal, and incredibly intuitive. He seemed to sense Lily's moods, nuzzling her hand when she was frustrated and resting his head on her lap when she felt a wave of sadness. He was her constant, her shadow in the truest sense of the word. Their journey of healing became a shared one. When Lily faced her grueling physical therapy sessions, Shadow was right there. As she struggled to work with parallel bars, gritting her teeth against the pain and frustration, Shadow would lie on the floor beside her, whining softly with encouragement. He would lick her hand when tears streamed down her face, a steadfast presence reminding her not to give up. His belief in her was unwavering. In turn, Lily helped him heal, too. She taught him to trust again, to play, to enjoy the simple pleasure of a belly rub in the sun. They spent hours in the backyard, Lily throwing a ball from her chair, laughing as Shadow bounded after it with a joy that had been buried for so long. They were mending each other piece by piece, day by day. Then came the day that felt like a miracle. It was a quiet afternoon. Lily was in the living room, watching Shadow sleep peacefully at her feet. She looked at the parallel bars set up in the corner, an object that usually represented struggle. But today, something was different. Inspired by Shadow's unwavering faith in her, a spark of her own old determination ignited. Slowly, she maneuvered her chair beside the bars. With trembling arms, she pulled herself up, her legs shaking beneath her. Shadow's eyes snapped open. He lifted his head, watching her, a low whine of anticipation in his throat. "I can do this, Shadow," she whispered, as much to herself as to him. Holding onto the bars for support, she took a shaky, uncertain step, then another. It was clumsy, it was painful, but it was happening. She was walking. Shadow stood up, his tail giving a slow, hopeful wag, as if he knew the magnitude of this moment. He didn't bark or jump. He just stood as her silent, proud witness. Months turned into a year. The journey was long, and it wasn't always easy, but Lily never walked it alone. Today, if you visit their quiet neighborhood, you might see a truly beautiful sight. You'll see a young woman walking with the help of a cane, her steps growing stronger and more confident each day. And right there, trotting faithfully by her side, his head held high, is a handsome German shepherd. His name is Shadow, and he is her guardian, her friend, her living proof that hope can be found in the most unexpected of places. Their story is a powerful reminder that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, or a soul by its scars. It shows us that love and empathy have the power to mend what is broken, to heal the deepest wounds, and to help us take that first, brave step towards a brighter future. To broken souls, a girl and a dog, found each other in the darkness and walked together into the light. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this incredible story with us. If you were moved by Lily and Shadow, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more inspiring content. We'll see you next time.